Special guest voices and vessels are live in the studio for an exclusive interview. All this and more coming up on Ear Candy.
Open Gangnam Style.
It's not my weekend, but it's gonna be my year. And I'm so sick of watching while the minutes pass as I go nowhere. And this is my reaction to everything I feel. 'Cause I've been going crazy, I don't wanna waste another minute here.
Rolling Stone's annual Hot Issue cover is sparking some comments. Taylor graces the cover, but she's not wearing all that frills and sparkles that she's known for. We're always used to seeing her in more girly outfits, but the outfit she's wearing on the cover is showing a little bit too much skin, according to some readers. And others would. She's called the Heartbreak Kid, according to Rolling Stone magazine, because a lot of the leg on the cover, it's not Taylor Swift. But readers really like that Taylor is showing more of a normal, down-to-earth side of her in this photo. So you go, Taylor.
And after 13 years, Under Oath is calling it quits. Fans are devastated after the learning that the band will be breaking up after one last and final tour. The band will also be producing a retrospective album titled Anthology and will feature 17 songs from their completed albums. According to Loudwire.com, vocalist Spencer Chamberlain said, quote, "These have been the best years of my entire life, and I owe that to every single person who has ever supported this band along the way. This wasn't a quick decision by any means, and it's just time for us to move on," unquote. If you would like to see Under Oath one last time, make sure to check out the dates of the farewell tour at facebook.com/underoath. Well, Courtney, in other music news, Katy Perry is in the headlines again, but this time for the one who truly got away. The singer mourns the death of her ex-boyfriend Johnny Lewis, who was found dead in a Los Angeles driveway due to a fall. LAPD police were there and were called from a neighbor who was heard arguing. Lewis was allegedly fighting with an 81-year-old woman. Sources at abcnews.com say that Perry's songs Circle the Drain and The One That Got Away are partly about Lewis and the relationship they had. And that she said the Sons of Anarchy actor had, quote, "good times and was a time in her life she cherished," unquote. The case is still under investigation.
That's a really sad story.
I know.
I just can't believe that happened. But anyways, it's time to get back into the haunted house spirit because American Horror Story's second season is fastly approaching. The second season will include almost a totally different cast from their first season. The new season focuses on an insane asylum called Briarcliff Manor. Adam Levine and Jenna Dewan will be featured in the second season's first episode, so that should be exciting.
Yeah.
Wednesday, October 17th, American Horror Story will come back with their anticipating second season on FX at 10. And the complete list of nominees for the 40th Annual American Music Awards was just released, and Rihanna and Nicki Minaj are the leading nominees for 4 each. Christina Aguilera announced the nominations Tuesday, and she said she also plans on performing at the ceremony as well, so that should be cool. Some triple nominees are Justin Bieber, One Direction, and Usher, and some double nominees are Chris Brown, Fun, and Katy Perry. The artists who are in the running for Artists of the Year consist of Drake, Justin Bieber, Maroon 5, Katy Perry, and Rihanna. The American Music Awards will be presented November 18th at the Nokia Theater, broadcasted live on ABC.
Well, Courtney, Rihanna never fails to leave her fans jaw dropped. The artist tweeted her scandalous new album artwork today for Apologetic, which will be her 7th album. In the artwork, Rihanna is topless with only words covering her body, some such as #Navy, Fearless, and Victory, just to name a few. The album is set to be released on November 19th, and we'll have to wait and see what kind of songs the artist has hidden up her sleeve. Or should I say no sleeves? What do you think she's going to expect from Rihanna? I don't know. What do you think, Courtney?
I just don't even know. It's Rihanna. She's always whipping things out of her sleeves or no sleeves, as you would say.
I know. I feel like every time I'm like, wow, she cannot surprise me anymore with what she does, but I don't know.
She's just so out of the box. She just does things so different.
I know, especially with her and Chris Brown being back together.
Ow, that's insane.
Surprising, very surprising.
But I guess it's true love.
Yeah.
If that's what they consider it.
I wonder if we're going to see a guest vocal on Rihanna's new album from Chris Brown.
I bet. Because they did that one song, Don't Wake Me Up.
Yeah.
Rihanna spoke in the beginning of that song, so.
They sure did. So I guess fans are just going to have to see.
Wait it out, and I'm sure it will be out sometime.
All right, guys, well, make sure to stay tuned. Up next, we have Ellie Sukovich with your news.
Do you know all the things you can do with your student ID? Along with getting discounts to some of the restaurants around campus. Showing your Point Park ID can net you deals on tickets at theaters in the Cultural District. To check out all the current options, just search Student Discounts on the Point Park University homepage.
Point Park's new Student Center provides a place to relax in between classes. The Recreation Center on the second floor is equipped with pool and ping pong tables, with supplies available for checkout on the fourth floor. There's also computers, chairs, and widescreen TVs to watch your favorite shows. But if you're up for a more energetic atmosphere, then stop by on the fourth floor fitness center. Current students have full access to the equipment free of charge. Get in your workout for the day on the treadmills and ellipticals, or go to one of the classes in the multi-purpose room back on the second floor. Check it out for yourself in the former YMCA building on the Boulevard of the Allies.
Hello, I'm Stacy Smith of KDK TV, and you are watching YouView.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Allie with your latest music news. The nominees for the 40th Annual American Music Awards were announced this week. Among the nominees were Rihanna, Nicki Minaj, Drake, Justin Bieber, Katy Perry, Gautier, One Direction, Kelly Clarkson, and Maroon 5. The award show will air November 18th. First a new single and now a book, Kesha has announced that her new memoir entitled My Crazy Beautiful Life will come out November 18th. The singing star said that the memoir reveals the quote, real aspects of her life. Her new album Warrior will hit shelves on November 30th. Foo Fighters frontman Dave Grohl announced that the band is going on a hiatus. Although Grohl is unclear about how long it will last, Grohl said that the band's hiatus is not permanent. And despite the band's upcoming movie, Led Zeppelin's Jimmy Page says the band does not plan on reuniting. Rumors have been circulating about a reunion since early September, but the band has squashed any possibility of one. Chris Brown is circulating a video around the internet called, quote, The Real Chris Brown. The video features a drunken Chris Brown rambling about his music and his relationship with singer Rihanna. Brown will soon appear in court for marijuana possession next month. Adele's song for the newest Bond film was leaked earlier this week. The new song Skyfall wasn't supposed to be released as early as it was, but so far her song has received great reviews. And Lady Gaga had yet another onstage slip-up this week in Barcelona. Mother Monster was in mid-performance of her song The Edge of Glory when Gaga threw up on stage. The star later laughed about the incident on her Twitter account. And here's your top 10 songs of the week. Number 10, we have Good Time by Owl City and Carly Rae Jepsen. Number 9 is Too Close by Alex Clare. Number 8 is Flo Rida's Whistle. Number 7 is Begin Again by Taylor Swift. At number 6, we have As Long As You Love Me by Justin Bieber. 5 is Blow Me One Last Kiss by Pink. Number 4, we have We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together by Taylor Swift. Number 6 is Some Nights by Fun. Number 2 is Gangnam Style by PSY. And for the third week in a row, Maroon 5 is at the number 1 spot with their hit One More Night. There's your latest music news. Tune in next week for the hot off the press news in the music world. For Ear Candy, I'm Allie Sukovich. Here's Aubrey Henkin for your latest music and artist news.
Thanks, Allie. Adele is finally back after her mini hiatus from the music world. Her new single, entitled Skyfall, is the theme song on the new James Bond soundtrack. The song has already hit the top spot on iTunes, but was bumped down to number 2 after Taylor Swift dropped her newest single a few days ago. Swift's new song is called I Knew You Were Trouble, and it went flying to the top of the iTunes charts within minutes of it being released. This song is a little different from what she usually does, but it's definitely one to listen to. It's a bit more edgy and leaves me excited to hear the rest of her new songs. Her newest album, entitled Red, is set to drop in only a few weeks on October 22nd, so make sure you guys check it out. The Scripts' new album, #3, dropped in the US on October 9th. The album was first released in Ireland on September 7th, followed by the UK on September 10th. Even though the album has been out in other places, their fans here are excited that it's finally available in the States. And since its release, it's hit the top 10 on iTunes. Ellie Goulding released her newest album, entitled Halcyon, just a few days ago. The artist, best known for her hit song Lights, says that this album is a bit more tribal and has more of a pop feel to it, instead of her normal electronic sound. Since the release, the album has already gone up to number 5 on iTunes and has even been named one of the albums of the week by USA Today. A new artist to keep your eye on is Machine Gun Kelly, more popularly known as MGK. After being signed to Bad Boy Records last summer, this rapper from Cleveland, Ohio has become a huge star. Before he was signed with his record label, fans had to listen to his songs through a variety of mixtapes. In March of this year, his EP was released entitled Half Naked and Almost Famous, which peaked at number 46 on the Billboard 200. Just a few days ago, on October 9th, his highly anticipated album, Lace Up, was finally released, and within just a few hours, the album hit number 2 on the iTunes charts. This is just the beginning for MGK, and if you want to be kept in the know on other new music and artist news, then keep watching Ear Candy. I'm Aubrey Henkin, and here's Hillary Magnan on some juicy news about the Mariah and Nicki feud.
Thanks, Aubrey. By now, we've probably all heard about the feud between new American Idol judges Mariah Carey and Nicki Minaj. Minaj allegedly exploded on Carey during a contestant's audition in Charlotte, North Carolina last Tuesday. Sources say the two singers had a dispute over the quality of the contestant's audition and things escalated from there. Minaj stated in her rant directed at Carey that she was no longer putting up with, quote, her highness, end quote, in reference to Carey. The whole outburst was caught on video and posted to multiple news websites last week. Later in the week, Carey discussed the incident with Barbara Walters on The View, which only infuriated Minaj further. The Starship singer took to her Twitter to go on an expletive-laced rant to express her distaste in Carey's interview. After dispersing a rumor that she brought a gun to the audition, Minaj took another jab at Carey, tweeting that, quote, I guess it hurts to have the producers tell you to your face that Nicki is the best judge we've had since Simon. Aw, poor you. Keep them lies coming, end quote. Many of the tweets regarding the feud have since been deleted by Minaj. The feud shocked many fans since Minaj and Carey recorded and filmed a music video together for their song About My Face in 2010. Despite speculation that the whole ordeal may have just been a publicity stunt, American Idol host Ryan Seacrest insisted that this is no act and has been quoted stating that he thinks this kind of drama is exactly what the show needs this season. Make sure to stay tuned because after the break, we'll be discussing some big news about Britney Spears and Green Day. Don't change that channel.
Hello, I'm John Burnett from KDKA TV, and you are watching YouView.
If you're having trouble with your schoolwork this semester, there's a helpful place on campus that you should know about. On the 7th floor of Lawrence Hall is the Program for Academic Success, which provides services like tutoring and academic counseling. The program's Writing Center is specifically designed to help you with your writing assignments, and you can even get help for them online. Students are encouraged to stop in the office, give a call, or send an email.
Hey guys, thanks for joining us here at the round table. We're joined with Alex and Aubrey. Thanks for coming.
Sure, we like doing this.
Guys, yeah. Thanks for having us.
Fun. So what are we talking about this week? I heard there's lots of things going on with Green Day.
Yes.
Oh yes.
The Billie Joe Armstrong meltdown is still hot news. I mean, he is actually sick.
Yeah.
Well, I think he is. They had that big blowout at the iHeart Radio Music Festival on it was like September 21st. It was a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what really happened? I didn't really hear much about. I knew he had a big meltdown on stage and kind of smashed guitars and everything, but what did he really do? What was it over?
Yes, well, sources at MTV said he had severe dehydration. I'm not really sure what all that entails, but he's definitely get some help. I know he was hospitalized,
Yeah.
and they had to cancel the
He was
Voodoo Fest.
hospitalized earlier in September, and then that big fiasco happened at the iHeart Radio Music Festival. So
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of expletives. I mean, did you hear anything that he said? I mean, he pretty much trashed people.
I know that they asked him that he only had a few minutes left, and then he was like, "I'm not Justin Bieber. Don't talk to me like that." He really freaked out.
he's definitely kind of a legend in the rock and roll
he
sort of thing.
definitely is.
But I mean, there's no reason to kind of flip out and say, "I'm not Justin Bieber. Don't kick me off stage." And they later released something saying we weren't told to leave the set. I think Billie Joe was just really out of it.
Absolutely.
And didn't understand.
If you saw the YouTube video, like, I remember, like, the drummer and everyone was just like, what is going on? And there was just a timer, and it said 1 minute left. That's what the band see, not the fans. And he was looking at that, and then they cut back to Billie Joe, and
he was all freaking out.
Flipped out because he's like, hey, you shouldn't tell me. Yeah, exactly. So it just went nuts.
He's crazy. So what is their new album called? I've not been. I had American Idiot like 10 years ago whenever that came out.
They actually are releasing 3.
Yeah.
Which is really crazy that they're choosing to release 3. Maybe that's why they had this big mental breakdown.
Maybe they've been working too hard.
The drummer Trey Poole said it is not easy doing 3 albums, but I don't know. Maybe he just cracked under the pressure.
So it's really 3 separate albums all at the same time. Within how much time?
Within a 5-month span, I think they're releasing them. I believe.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But don't quote me on that.
Talk about crazy how we just talked about No Doubt taking 4 years for one album.
For one album, 3. I mean, how good could the quality be of this Green Day album? I think we should rename the band Blue Day. They're having a very sad time. Blue Day.
Yes,
let's make
agree.
a motion for that. I think we should do that.
Yeah.
But good luck to Billie Joe. I don't know what he's going through.
Yeah.
Hopefully he gets better soon.
Well, they get to cancel the Voodoo Fest in New Orleans.
They
had to cancel it.
That happens in the end of October, right?
Yeah. Even though it's not the end of October yet, I guess they just went ahead and for safe
his
precautions.
safety, I guess, and I guess the Voodoo Festival was okay with it. They understood that they
were headlining. So there was other people. I mean, I guess they didn't want to have a repeat of the iHeart Musical Festival.
Yeah.
That wouldn't have been good.
That would be bad.
But
very bad.
Oh well. Happier news.
Well, almost.
Almost happier news. There's a tribute. That's why it's happier.
Tribute. So you want to go ahead and tell us about it, Alex?
Sure. They're doing a big tribute to Whitney Houston. It's going to actually air in November, I believe. So they're Britney Spears is involved, Jennifer Hudson, Usher, and Celine Dion. You all know Jennifer Hudson sang "I Will Always Love You" at the Grammys last year. Whenever Whitney died on like a Friday or a Saturday, and the next day was the Grammys. Can you imagine having to redo an entire show in 12 hours?
Yeah, and she sang that song beautifully.
She did. She did a great job.
Beautifully.
She did Whitney proud.
So, and I think what they're doing now, they're doing a big memorial tribute type show to Whitney Houston, and everyone is kind of putting in their 2 cents as far as what she did for them as a musician.
Yeah, and Britney. So Britney will be there singing. I think that's...
I don't really put the 2 of them in the same category. I love each of them individually, but it's like saying, President Obama gets his political standpoints from Lou Gravenstahl. One's a mayor, one is kind of the president.
Yeah, I agree.
Spears,
it is a weird
and then you got Whitney Houston.
Yeah.
So they're different. They're both crazy sometimes.
It might be a little bit of a sexy rendition of one of Whitney's songs.
Is she going to sing one of Whitney's songs? Is that what's happening?
I believe so. To my understanding, I believe so.
Oh my.
Yeah, so I guess we're going to have to...
I want to dance with somebody. I want to cut my hair off with somebody.
Oh
what's she going to do?
Oh my goodness.
Well, she did that, remember?
She did do
With
that.
that umbrella.
Yeah.
She rocked a car.
Yeah.
It's true.
It's crazy.
So Britney Spears, though, and then I heard Usher is going to be singing one of her ballads. I think something slower.
That should be interesting.
I think that'll be really good.
I wonder if he'll make it rain.
He will.
Take off his shirt, but sing Whitney Houston.
He will. The only people that I think are going to be in attendance that can actually hit the same notes, though, is Celine Dion. I mean, you really can't have better
Celine
pipes than
Dion is beautiful.
You can't
her voice.
No, there's just not better pipes. Whitney had them, but she lost them back in the early 2000s. She did.
Yeah, it was because of drugs and things.
It was.
Right? Yeah.
And I the day she died in February, I actually was really upset because I've always listened to her music. I mean, growing up, my parents had the Bodyguard soundtrack like playing all the time, the 6 songs over and over and over again. And so, I mean, I wanted to meet her one day. And but obviously won't be able to.
I didn't see that coming at all.
I really didn't. I thought she was on the upswing. Her latest
album
was...
She was making that movie.
Yeah, she just
Jordan
did that
Sparks.
movie. Yeah.
Well, she just gotten done, I think, like 3 or 4 months prior, and it just premiered about a month or so ago. Have you guys seen that, by the way? Yet?
No, but you know what? I bet it's going to be slammed with people.
I think did it already debut?
Yeah, it already came out, and they had really good reviews and everything. So
it looks good, and she looked healthy in it too, which is the weird part. There was really no inclination that she was headed hit her down.
I wonder, I mean, if they said it was an accident, I'm sure, so.
Yeah. But they all, I mean, whenever they did the autopsy, they did say there was traces of cocaine and drugs in her system, which could have made her pass out.
Sad.
It is, but I mean, I'm really excited for this tribute, though, because it sounds like the combination of artists are going to be really, really high caliber, so.
I think it's going to be a great thing.
Yeah, I think it's good too because, and I wish they would do something else with Michael Jackson. But I mean, I guess it's among everyone.
Yeah.
Once big stars pass, they'll do another tribute, and then it kind of dies down for a little bit. But I think people that are just so beautiful and talented, like we need to keep their spirits going, as well as just other people on Earth, our friends and family. I think that it's really important to just keep tributes alive and going.
And their music reaches millions and millions of people, so I mean, it's something a lot of people can connect and develop things with.
It's a beautiful thing about music. It'll never.
It is.
It'll
it
never
transcends
die.
everything.
Yeah.
Which is great.
It really does.
Which is perfect.
Yeah. So, do you think that Celine and Britney will be sitting with each other at this tribute?
And Britney? What, do they have a feud or something going on?
No, but I don't know. Can you just imagine Celine Dion and Britney like talking over coffee?
No, I can't.
I don't know.
I actually couldn't see it,
she
but
still
you know
can't
what?
speak English, and she's been here for like 15 years. I love Celine Dion.
Isn't she?
She's French Canadian, but she still sounds like she's straight off out of Quebec. She's a great lady.
She's just so
she's
beautiful.
Crazy.
So
beautiful with her voice, beautiful with her face.
That album she had about her with her child, she sang all about her child.
A New Day is coming.
Oh my goodness, the most beautiful. My mom plays it with me in the car, and it's just so beautiful. You can tell she really loves that child and just has such a gift to write music about what she's feeling.
It's definitely a different type of genre though than what Britney's saying and what Whitney's
saying.
Yeah. I mean, Whitney and Celine are sort of the close. But, none of them are talking about the world ending and hit me, baby, one more time. So, do you ever listen to anything by Celine? Do you know any of her songs? Because I would classify myself as a big fan of hers.
Yeah. See, I think that I'm probably on the other end of the spectrum where I'm more of a fan of Britney.
Of Britney?
Yeah. Because I mean,
I like both, but totally different people.
I think Celine might be one of those things you grew up with. If my parents didn't listen to Celine, I remember I was little, I'd go to my grandma's house when they went to the concert. So I think if that maybe wasn't. Oh yeah, my parents love Celine. So I think it's just you have to grow up with it type thing.
You have to know what. I grew up with Britney sort of maybe, but we were already 10, 11, 12.
Yeah.
Celine and Whitney were when I was like 2 or 3. So.
And Green Day.
And Green Day. We're seeing where they're headed though. So I don't know. Maybe their time is up. In 3 albums in 5 months, how good could they be?
I don't know. Like
I'm not really anticipating
Under Oath is done.
Good.
You wonder how long these bands can really go.
Together.
Yeah.
Well, do you think it's just that career that does that to them, or are they predisposed to kind of having alcohol and drug problems? I mean. Does anyone that's normal go into that business and then develop those problems because it's so much pressure and all of that? Or how does...
I hate to use this, but look at Lindsay Lohan.
Oh, I know.
I mean, I don't know. But I think it wears your body out. Even I know bands like Devil Wears Prada, the screamer's starting to lose his voice. But you figure after years of doing it, how long can your body physically go and do it? So I guess we're just going to have to wait this one out and see.
Yeah.
Well, good luck to Billie Joe Armstrong.
Good luck to him.
Good luck, Green Day.
Speaking of up-and-coming bands that are alive and doing well, we have Voices and Vessels in studio, and we're going to get to chat with them after the break. So stay tuned, guys.
Yeah, you know what it is. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Yeah, you know what it is. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Yeah, you know what it is.
Hello, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jeff Frizella from KDKA TV, and you are watching YouView.
Thanks again for staying with us, guys. We're here with Voices and Vessels from our hometown of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. What's up, guys?
Not much. What's up?
Thanks for hanging out with us today.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, so why don't you guys introduce yourselves and tell us what you play in the band?
My name is Joe, and I play guitar.
I'm Cody, and I'm also the guitarist, and I sing as well.
How long have you guys been together? Or how long have you had Voices and Vessels?
Voices and Vessels has been a band since October of 2010, so 2 years now.
Okay.
Wow, 2-year anniversary. You guys do anything special?
Just trying to tour a lot.
Yeah, going out on weekenders and stuff, going out of state as much as we can,
Here, you guys like White Castle.
Yeah. Last time we went to Columbus, we stayed with our friends in Death Venera, and their parents bought us just 48 sliders, and that was absolute heaven.
Did you guys eat all of them?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Wow, that's a lot of sliders.
I know where we're going when we want to get some White Castle. But okay,
Go,
now
you
to the serious stuff. So what kind of music do you guys like to write about?
Yeah, you want to take this one?
Lyrically or?
Yeah, how do you want, like lyrically or just
yeah,
like
tell us
musical
what
wise?
fuels your lyrics, what you guys like to write about technically.
Definitely problems. Like we used to write about like girl problems and stuff, but the newest stuff that we're writing about is more problems that we see within like the music industry, and then like family problems, and then just like people who've screwed like you over. So it's not so negative towards the women anymore, more everybody else.
What bands influences your music?
I would say, well, what influences me, I would say like August Burns Red, We Came as Romans, a little bit of like Devil Wears Prada kind of stuff. That's what I like to write. But
So would you say you're more on like a Christian background or like uplifting music?
No, like more or less just more of the like the instrumentals and everything like that. Since I'm like a guitarist, I just write basically like how they kind of write,
That's some good stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Thanks.
Now
What
what
about
about you?
Yeah.
Well, my influence really doesn't show in anything that I write. Like I like bands like Panic at the Disco and like Moss to Flames, which they've always, like, ever since they've been around, I've been a big fanboy about that. And just stuff that's like electronic sounding but like super heavy and angry all the time, or stuff that's like a little hard to interpretate on lyrics. Like that's why I like Panic at the Disco a lot, because it's not your like typical lyrics. So
yeah,
I'm more of a lyrical person than instrumental. I mean, I do my share, but I'm mostly lyrical. So
yeah, well, I mean, he writes like most of our lyrics, so I mean, he kind of needs it.
Cool. Now, do you like to listen to other music while you're writing, or is it totally in the zone, quiet, with my White Castle?
Right before, I usually listen to something really angry, just to kind of like get me in the zone, or I'll just think of something that really makes me angry, like recently that happened, and I'll just like write about it. And there's times where I'll just sit down and I'll be like, I'll have a whole song done and I'll be like, this is garbage, and scrap it, never look at it again. And then there's times where like I'll start to like tear up from how much the song like hits me, and that's how I pretty much know that the song is golden.
How long does it usually take you to write songs? Like weeks, months?
Well, if it's
hours?
if it's lyrics and it's something that's really like easy to write about, that's something like super personal, typically like 2 hours, just because it just flows.
Just comes out.
And then instrumentally, it's a little bit longer of a process. We write on this program on the computer called Guitar Pro, and Joe will write like up a riff, a couple riffs, and then he'll send it to me, and I'll screw with it, and then send it to Bud, our bassist, and just kind of all collaborate now. And so it can, if we're all together, it could happen in probably like a day, but we try and take our time just to make sure that everything's exactly how we want it, because we're super picky now about everything, not just not like the old stuff that we used to have.
So how is this stuff more different than the old Voices and Vessels from last year?
Less, like, no synthesizers whatsoever, so it's like, it's not like techno sounding. It's like whenever it comes to programming, it has just like piano and like orchestra, so it's not I guess it's kind of like matured in a way, you could say. Like, I hate that term, but that's the easiest thing to say about it. It's a lot more upbeat. We feel like that's where our right on point is. So it's more upbeat, and it's a lot more in your face lyrically. It's I don't know, it's it's a lot more us, I guess you could say. Like we listened to the last 2 CDs that we have, and we're just like, why? Like, why did we even do this? And now we're like compared to like the new CD that we have, it's just so
a lot
much
more raw.
Yeah.
Well, your new CD, I guess we're gonna have to listen to it.
Yeah.
Tell us where we can get it.
Well, it will be releasing January 1st. It'll be on iTunes, Amazon, Rhapsody, all those good sites, and then it'll leak somehow. Always does. So
yeah, within like the first couple days.
Yeah, if not beforehand. So
Yeah.
honestly, if you just want the CD, you don't even feel like paying for it. Just type
just
in
Google
on.
it.
Yeah, just type in "Voices and Vessels, Those Who Deceive" zip and get it, because we'd so much rather have people have our music rather than like if somebody's gonna pay for it. Like, there's a lot less of a chance for that to happen. Like, if you get it for free rather than paying for it, they'd be like, yeah, definitely, I'm gonna download that. So anything to get the music out there. We just want to be heard. It's not about money at all.
Definitely.
Well, absolutely. We'll definitely help try and spread the message and the
We
word.
definitely will.
And unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today. We're so glad you guys joined us.
Thanks for
again.
having us.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and make sure to stay tuned for Ear Candy. We'll have more information on you where you can get the new Voices and Vessels CD upcoming soon. And make sure to tune in next Thursday. We'll see you later, guys.
Bye, guys.
Gangnam Style. Oppan Gangnam Style. Gangnam Style.